Brittany Renner's dating list is the saddest thing you'll ever see today. She went from a relationship where she was the cash cow to being married for only 52 days and being in a relationship where she had to pay for her flight to see a man who didn't even want her. This is sad, and you honestly don't want to know why her baby daddy left her 2 months after their son was born. And hey, I know you can't wait for all the deets on this one, but before we continue, hit that subscribe button and like the video because you honestly don't want to miss out on our other videos. 1. Casey Therio. So this guy was her first love. They met at Jackson State University in 2010. She was on the women's soccer team, and he was a quarterback. Even though he never really talked about his relationship with her, I think this might be because the relationship was a means to an end for him. In an interview, she reportedly said that she was his side chick for 10 months and that he never thought about making her his girlfriend because he still maintained the relationship he had with his girlfriend at home. But she continued with him anyway because she said she didn't put a lot of value on herself. This was honestly disturbing because even though she led Jackson State University to their first SWAC championship in 2010 and was the freshman of the year, she dropped out in her second year because she wanted to make the relationship work. She didn't leave because of bad grades or because she wasn't a bright student, according to her. He was the love of her life, and she would do anything for him. I honestly think this doesn't really make sense. But if you've honestly seen her book, titled Judge This Book by Its Cover, then you'll honestly understand why she did it. Here's where it gets stranger. After dropping out, she actually started making money selling fitness plans on social media, and she made some good money. According to her, Casey took an interest and started managing her money because he didn't make it to the NFL. But even though she was making the money, he was never really into her, and this was why the relationship ended. I think he actually just stayed with her because she was making money and he needed it since his career wasn't working out at the time. 2. Colin Kaepernick. They met in 2013, and guess what? He was a quarterback too. This wasn't an official relationship because they never went public with it. But in her book, she talked about texting him first, and he would ask her to pay for her flights to prove she was truly interested in him. So she started paying for her flights to see him. But according to her, he was hardly available. She said he made excuses about working and not having time for her. In 2014, there were a lot of rumors that she was pregnant with his child, but she denied it in a post she made on Twitter. I think at some point the relationship went public, and that was why fans speculated about it so much. In a recent interview, she also said she actually never met Colin, even though she wrote about him in her book. Again, this was the second relationship where her boyfriend never talked or posted about it. With Casey, it was quiet. With Colin, he never addressed or even mentioned it anywhere. Yikes. 3. Trey Songz. This is one of the relationships that felt like a one-time thing, rather than something she actually invested a lot of emotion into. Maybe they were friends at some point, and it never really transitioned into a romantic relationship. In her book, she referred to him as Leon and never really went into detail like she did with Casey and Colin. In 2019, when he posted about welcoming a baby with Caro Colon, she actually congratulated him. This is why I think it was just a crush and nothing much, because we didn't see the usual crash out from her. 4. Ben Simmons, 2016. This was also another relationship that never made it out to the public. It was just rumors until she talked about it in her book. So even though she used an alias for Ben, fans could easily guess he was the one she called Frank. They were linked together in 2016. He's an NBA player who was a breakout star. She called him a player and said she knew it could end badly but ignored her instincts. She didn't give a lot of details about it, but in one of her recent videos where she talked about having a body count of 24, she mentioned 11 of them being athletes. This is why I think he was probably one of those one-time things that never really became a romantic relationship. That was also another reason why she wasn't using real names in her book. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. 5. Kyrie Irving. In her book, she called him Ivan. And fans think it's him because at one time he played for the Boston Celtics. But this is just fans speculating, and nothing more, because at that time Irving was in a relationship with Kalani Parrish. She has never been publicly seen with Kyrie and has never publicly addressed the rumors either. 6. Lil Uzi Vert. This one was different because there were pictures and everyone could see it. No one knows when they officially met or started dating, but they started making public appearances in 2017. During his birthday. In a leaked note, she was heard saying that she was invited to see him and initially didn't want to go. But after she went, he never actually saw her or spent any time with her. She called him out for cheating even though she gave him chances to be with her. Fans are speculating that her rant may have been the reason for one of the lines in Uzi's 2017 song EXO Tour Life 3, where he said, "My Brittany got mad. I'm barely her man now." Again, it just looked like she was itching to be with someone rich and famous, and they just didn't want her for keeps. With Uzi, he didn't want her for anything, and the relationship just fizzled out. 7. PJ Washington. This is probably her first high-profile relationship. She met PJ in 2019, but their relationship started in 2020. I think this is the one relationship that everyone actually knows her for. When she joined the cast of NBA Housewives in 2025, her relationship with PJ was the one that everyone referenced in the house, even though she'd been in relationships with other NBA stars. They went public in 2021 and announced they were expecting a child shortly after, but they broke up 2 months after the child was born. In an interview, she said she felt the relationship was forced and that they'd rushed into it without considering a lot of things. She also said he never really trusted her because a lot of the things he bought for her were in his name and not hers. After they broke up, fans started speculating that she gets $200K a month in child support, but she has denied this. In 2025, it was reported that she sued him so she could raise the monthly child support she receives from $5,500 to $35K. PJ said her lawyers threatened to serve him at a Lakers game. But it gets even crazier. Recently, she was seen in a viral video asking PJ why their son only has $11,000 in his bank account, but is driving a $170,000 car with his new girlfriend. Fans are absolutely wild. They're saying this was her intention from the beginning, and that she only wanted to have a baby with him because he was rich. I don't disagree, because this looks pretty evident in the other people she was linked with, and it just feels like her boyfriend could see through it as well. 8. Kevin Gates. This is the wildest relationship so far, because a lot of fans couldn't have predicted this even if they tried. They were linked together because she was in his music video for his song Bad For Me, which he released in 2022. But even before then, he gave her a shout-out in his freestyle called Super General, which is probably how she got to be in his video after that, and this may have been how they started dating. In January 2025, she made a viral video where she was wearing a hijab. She said she converted to Islam in 2024 and that she had found peace and wasn't feeling like a circus animal anymore. In another interview, she was seen addressing him as her husband, and rightly so, because they actually got married, but it only lasted 52 days. She denied that she converted to Islam because of him, but I wonder why she dropped the hijab after the divorce, if he wasn't the reason. The reason for the breakup is still sketchy, but she mentioned in an interview that he made a 12-minute diss track about her and her son but deleted it. And honestly, this may have been the reason for the breakup. Here's what I think. Kevin is rich and famous and fits the description of the man she wants, but again, it just didn't work out. 9. Director X17. So this is new. After her divorce from Kevin, she's been linked with a guy called Director X17. Their relationship is clearly unknown and may have something to do with her son. But this is pretty early, and we don't know how this would turn out yet. She's been with a lot of people she hasn't talked about. Recently, in one of her live Instagram sessions, she talked about a guy who wanted to marry her but didn't. She said, and I quote, "I know what it's like to be desired by men. I don't know what it's like to be valued by one." This is tragic, and definitely the saddest relationship story you've seen so far. I think she probably wants it all. A man who is rich and famous, who doesn't cheat and just spoils her with money. But she hasn't found one so far. We wish her all the best. So what do you guys think? Why can't she just keep a relationship? And what does she really want in a relationship? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content like this.